What would you do if you discovered photos of your deceased wife being used on a swingers dating site? In today's story, the protagonist's choice is a masterclass in how to handle it. My first wife, Eleanor, passed away nearly 20 years ago. To keep her memory alive, I built a small memorial for her on one of those old GeoCities websites. It was simple. A place for her story, filled with photos from our life together, including some beautiful glamour shots we'd had taken at a studio chain years before. It was a digital monument to a love cut short. And for years, it was a source of quiet comfort. Then, one day, that comfort was shattered. I received an email out of the blue from an old friend, Simon. He told me, somewhat awkwardly, that he'd been on a swingers dating site and had seen something that made him stop in his tracks: Eleanor's photos. He sent me the link. Seeing those pictures, her face, her smile, used on a profile so sordid, must have been incredibly difficult and disrespectful. It felt like a violation of the deepest kind. The profile was for a woman looking for a couple to take her on vacations, to join them on their boat. A gold digger. On the site, you could see a couple of photos and read the profile text. But to actually contact the person, you had to be a premium member. I couldn't reach her myself. So I asked Simon if he would message her and demand she take the photos down. He did. But she never replied. My next step was to contact the website's support team. I explained the entire situation, hoping for some basic human decency. Their response was cold and clinical. They couldn't just take the photos down. They said the only way to force their removal was to file a formal DMCA copyright claim. There was just one problem: I didn't own the copyright. The glamour shots were the property of the photo studio chain, which had long since gone out of business. I hadn't taken the pictures myself. I was stuck. The system had failed me. This was the moment the system failed. And in that failure, the woman hiding behind my dead wife's photos, this Brenda, sealed her own fate. She was about to find out that while I couldn't fight her with copyright law, I could fight her with her own weapons: deception and manipulation. Frustrated and angry, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I wasn't going to let this go. I decided to join the site as a premium member, but not as myself. I concocted a new identity. A wealthy couple looking for a single woman, exactly what Brenda's profile said she wanted. My friend's wife, Chloe, a different friend from Simon, agreed to help. Our intention was simple: we were going to catfish the catfisher. Chloe, posing as my fictitious wife, sent the first message. She told Brenda that we lived in the same province and were always looking for new places to take our RV and our boat for mini vacations. A few days later, Brenda replied, asking for photos of us. I sent over a few pictures of me and Chloe on my friend's boss's boat from the summer before. They had given me full permission to use them. The back and forth continued for about 2 weeks. We built a rapport, dangling the promise of a lavish lifestyle. Finally, Chloe asked Brenda for some sexy photos of her own. Brenda sent back a few images, but always with her face obscured. She knew showing her face would expose her as a fraud. After a couple more days of this, Chloe pushed further, asking to do a FaceTime video chat. Brenda's reply was almost immediate: her microphone worked, but her webcam was conveniently broken. She did However, have a P.O. box where she received gifts from admirers. The bait was too perfect to ignore. We were getting ready to expose her. So I sent her an old webcam I had lying around. Chloe came over to my place for the next phase. I'm a semi-professional photographer, so I have a small studio set up in my home. She sat in front of my green screen, and I projected an image of a luxurious house interior behind her. We were ready for the video call. Chloe started the conversation. "Hey, did you get that webcam we sent to your post office box?" Brenda's voice came through. Audio only. "Yes. Thank you so much. But I'm really camera shy, so I didn't set it up yet." "Why would you be shy around us?" Chloe asked, just as I casually walked into the frame behind her. "Oh," Brenda said, a note of surprise in her voice. "Both of you are there?" "Yes," I said with a friendly smile. "I just wanted to say hi before letting you two talk. But I am curious why you're shy. The photos on your profile are lovely." There was a pause. "Well," Brenda said, her voice hesitant, "those photos are a little old. I've put on a few pounds since they were taken." "I understand," Chloe said, playing her part perfectly. "It took me a long time to get back to this size. We promise we won't judge you. Besides, my husband likes plus-size girls." We had her. The hook was set. "Hold on," Brenda said. "Give me 10 minutes. I'll change and put the webcam on." 15 minutes later, a video call request popped up. We accepted. Her face was shrouded in darkness, lit only by the faint glow of her computer screen. It was hard to make her out. "See?" Chloe said gently. "That wasn't so hard. Was it?" "No," Brenda admitted. "But I really didn't think you would like me as I look now." Of course. We knew she had never looked like the person in the photos, because they were pictures of my Eleanor. "You look very beautiful," Chloe reassured her. "Do you have any more light?" Brenda moved away from the camera for a moment, and suddenly the screen was flooded with bright, professional-looking light. The kind you'd see on a camgirl stream. The camera quality was sharp and clear, far better than the cheap, old webcam I had sent her. It was obvious this was her regular setup. "That's much better," Chloe said. "Let me call Martin over." I walked back into the frame. "She's stunning," I said, laying it on thick. "Just what we've been looking for." The hook was starting to catch. Again. "I should let you two talk. I have some planning to do for our next vacation." I walked away from the camera and went straight to my computer, which was recording the entire video call and capturing screenshots. I suspected then that Brenda wasn't just looking for suckers to fund her vacations. She was likely doing cam work on the side. Over the next hour and a half, Chloe masterfully extracted a trove of personal information from her, including her real first name and the fact that she worked at a private summer camp for girls. Brenda even admitted to doing BBW cam work for extra cash. A few days later, during a second video call, we sprung the final part of our trap. We told her about our upcoming vacation to Hedonism, a well-known swingers resort. We explained that to make the reservations and book the flights, we would need her full legal name and a photocopy of her passport. This reveals Brenda's greatest fatal flaw, her greed. The promise of a free, luxurious vacation was enough to override every instinct for self-preservation. Handing her entire identity over to the very people she aimed to deceive. She fell for it completely. We had everything we needed. With her name and place of employment. A quick search on Google Maps gave us the camp's contact information. To be certain, I called the office, pretending I was checking a job reference for Brenda. They confirmed she worked there. The trap was set. I contacted her one last time. Through a private message on the swingers site. I laid out all the information we had gathered and made my demand one final time: remove the photos of my late wife from your profile. And any other site you're using them on. Her reply was instantaneous. You bought ********* D. You catfished me. No. I wrote back. I just wanted you to stop using my late wife's photos for your profiles. Those are my photos. She insisted. No. They are not. I typed, feeling a cold sense of justice. I have your real photo. And you look nothing like my late wife. Her next argument was pathetic. Even if I found them on the web, they are free to use because they are public. So by that logic, I replied, the images I have of you in your underwear on cam are public too. No. 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 She shot back. Those are my photos and I can prove it. Do you have the original copyright on them? I asked. Then, stirring the pot, I added a complete bluff, since I took them from the web. I have the copyright. I knew that wasn't how copyright works. But I wanted to see her squirm. Silence. Hello? I typed. Hello. Are you still there? She blocked me. But I had already paid the annual fee for the premium membership. I decided not to let it go to waste. I went to the fake profile we had created and meticulously changed it. I uploaded the screenshots from our video calls showing her real face. I added links to clips from the private video chats. I wrote out her real name, her personal information, and named the girls' summer camp where she worked. I turned our fake profile into an exposé. A few months went by. Then, I received a message from the site administrator. 2 of the photos on my profile had been removed due to a copyright claim filed by the blank blank camp for girls. The reason? A copyrighted camp logo was visible on a shirt Brenda wore in one of the screenshots I had posted. They had seen the profile. By filing that claim, they confirmed they knew exactly who she was and what she had been doing. She was exposed. Out of curiosity, I called the camp office one last time, again asking for a job reference. The tone on the other end of the line was clipped and final. They could not discuss this person, as she was no longer associated with the camp. It was over. Looking back, some people said I could have just filed the DMCA claim anyway at the very beginning. That the system rarely checks and assumes the complaint is accurate. But at that moment, I felt trapped by the rules. And my frustration pushed me toward a much different, and I think, more fitting path to justice. In the end, this story is a stark reminder that while the internet can provide a shield for the deceitful, that same technology can be used to pull the mask away. When she stole my wife's photos, she assumed they were just anonymous images. But she forgot that behind every picture is a story and people who will fight to protect it. My methods were extreme. And I walked a fine line to get justice for my late wife. So the question I leave you with is, when the system fails, how far is too far to go for vindication?